Okay, today we're going to be talking about OTC stocks. And, listen, I know if you follow the channel, if you've been around, I think that sometimes I can be a little misunderstood as being, quote unquote, anti-OTC stocks, over-the-counter stocks. And it's not that I am against them. It's just there's a lot of pitfalls, and let's get right into it. Probably the biggest reason, well, not probably, actually start out at the top. By far, the number one reason I am, against newer traders focusing on OTCs is what happens is, and we're in a cycle right now, they just completely go away. You'll often hear of the OTC Winter, okay? What happens is they get very hot for a short period of time. There might be 2 to 3 weeks where there is 5 of them a day. They're all over the place. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, okay? Then, very quickly, it ends and you will go months, sometimes almost years, of basically that OTC winter. And to me, what I do and what we do at Stocks to Trade is we try and enable newer traders to get consistently profitable and ideally get to the point where you're taking, a daily or a weekly or a monthly paycheck from the markets. And if you think about the OTC winter, if all you do is trade OTCs, well, what are you going to do when there is literally nothing? They go dry and the volume's gone, no volatility, nothing. What are you going to do for the next 3-4 months if you don't know how to trade listed stocks? You're just going to sit there every day and probably complain and rant that there's nothing out there. So that's by far the biggest thing. They come out of nowhere. There's no signs. All of a sudden they're all over the place and then they go away just as quickly. And then it's okay, now what? So that's by far the biggest thing. Next thing that a lot of people don't think of is brokers and commissions. As of today, as I record, a lot of the free brokers, which I know the free brokers get bashed a lot by traders that are more active with bigger accounts. I don't get the hate. Listen, if you're trading 10 million bucks, you're not going to use Robinhood, okay? You're not going to use Webull. You're not going to use any of these free brokers, and that's fine. But many of you got $500, you got $1,000. You have to save as much money as possible because even if you make a good trade, half of it goes to commission. I remember when I got started. Commission-free brokers didn't exist. And I would get, there'd be months where I would trade a lot. I'm trading a lot. I'm all, doing, and you think your P&L is one number because you're just kind of thinking about the share price in your head. I made 50 cents a share. I made $1 a share, whatever. And then you get to, you log into your statement or you get to the end of the month and you look at all these fees and all these commissions and you're like, holy crap, 30% of my profits that I thought I had went away. So I think free brokers are great because now you can trade small size and you can learn how to trade and at least you get to keep the $50 that you made. Think about it. If you have a $500 account, there's nothing wrong with a $50 profit. You're learning how to trade. Now, you don't want to make $50 forever, but you got to get that account up there, but at least you keep your $50. And the thing is, as of right now, as far as I know, all the free brokers do not allow OTC trading. Now, I think Robinhood allows some. It's kind of weird. They had a few tickers that you could trade, but they didn't move, so it was kind of pointless. So that's the other thing, expensive, or you can't trade them at your current broker, which is annoying. The other big thing is they don't they're all pumps. That's, I think, something that people got to realize. They're all pumps. They're all manipulated by chat rooms and newsletters and scammers and insiders. So you see this stock gapping up big and there's no news. There's no reason for the move. And you're okay, why is this up? And then you got to find out who's pumping it. And then it's you can't really even chart them because all the charts look the same. I mean, every single stock will be from upper left to lower right. And then you hope it's a first green day. You hope it survives in the afternoon. Most of them don't. They most collapse. So it's difficult to chart. No reason for the move. all manipulated. So it's like, it just gets so aggravating at some point. And then on top of that, you can't trade, they barely trade in pre-market, okay? Some OTCs will have a little bit of liquidity in pre-market. So now, like when you're looking for like a dip and rip pattern or a 5-minute candle theory pattern, like we base a lot of those decisions on the NASDAQs off of the pre-market price action. Most OTs, there is no pre-market price action because they might be trading like 1,000 shares. So now you just wait till the market open. You hope that somebody doesn't pull the eject a button and you get stuck in a morning panic dip buy. The liquidity completely goes away. So now you can't stop out for down 20%. Now you're stopping out for down 50% because the liquidity is completely gone, where NASDAQ stay liquid all through the day as long as they have news and a reason behind the move. Then you proceed to after hours. Remember, OTCs do not trade in after hours. So now, it's just like all of these hassles and expenses and manipulation. It's just like, at the end of the day, the moves are, I don't want to say 100% random, but a lot of it is just random. And a lot of it is simply throwing some money at something and hoping it goes up. Now, a lot of you are newer traders, and you're saying, oh, that's what everybody. No, it's not trading. Like it's not trading what I teach in the daily income trader system. It's not what I do. It's not what I've done for 17 years, okay? What we do is like think of like a morning NASDAQ dip and rip type style stock, okay? There are specific criteria we look for that create consistently repeatable setups 4 out of 5 days a week, 5 out of 5, like routinely. It's a low float stock. It has news. It's a former runner. It's trading unusual volume. It's following a chart pattern, okay? Like there are worksheets that we use in the daily income trader system, both for day trades, swing trades, and short selling trades with specific detailed criteria that we've identified that make these setups work over time. You check the boxes, you make the trade. That is not an OTC just throwing $1,000 and being like, please go up, please go up, please don't morning panic on me, please don't dump. You know, and I think that's a lot of it is. And I go back to where I began. It's just they go hot and cold. Like right now, it is September 13th, 2023. I can't remember the last all-day OTC runner. I want to say July. I mean, I'm just kind of trying to remember. But months, like literally months. This week, we've had 6 NASDAQ biotechs that went wild. Weed stocks were back. That's actually a crazy thing. The crazy thing is the NASDAQ weed stocks all running this week on the Senate banking news. All the OTC weed stocks, nothing. They were up 5%, 10%. Meanwhile, like CGC, NASDAQ weed stock, I think it went from like 60 cents to $1.80, okay, with great liquidity. Traded in pre-market, traded in after hours. You could have traded it at any broker, including Robinhood and Webull. And that's weed stocks. I mean, like at this point, you look at the OTC markets, I think like 90% of them are weed stocks, but even they didn't move. So I think that might be the biggest point to finish on. You look at that. Like ACB, another one, TLRY, all of these NASDAQ weed stocks that had big moves. The OTC weeds, nothing. So that being said, my friends, I know I started out the video saying I don't hate over-the-counter OTC stocks. I don't. I mean, listen, I'm a nice guy. I look for opportunity. Like if the opportunity is there, we'll be ready in the daily income trader system. I'll trade them too. But it's just you look at all of these hassles and you look at right now, as I'm filming this video, not a single one of them ran today. Not a single one of them ran yesterday. Not a single one of them ran the day before. So if you're trading, trying to grow an account, trying to get a daily paycheck from the market, how are you going to make money in that market when nothing's moving? So when it comes to what is moving, listed NASDAQs, dip and rips, VWAP holds, all of these best day trading patterns, we go over them every single day in the daily income trader system. If you click that link below, you're going to be taken to a registration page where you can sign up for a free webinar, free and live, not pre-recorded. Like a lot of people think, oh, it's just a recording. No, these are live webinars 6 times a day, all through the day, including on weekends. I think we do twice a day on weekends, but still on weekends. It's a great way to identify what's hot and what's not. So click that link, my friends. I hope to see you on a next Daily Income Trader System webinar.